Peter Schrager from NFL Network's Good Morning Football, talking about the Browns' defense setting the tone for the 49ers game.
Jim Schwartz comes out there, man-to-man, on all these weapons, these positionless players, these guys that are all going to the Pro Bowl, and the Browns are like, man-to-man, let's go on defense. And they handled their business. Jim Schwartz, for whatever reason, owns Kyle Shanahan. He is now 9-1 against Kyle Shanahan, Jim Schwartz, in games where that's the case. Yesterday, Shanahan's offense had 105 yards. It's the least they've had since 2014. And you heard him in the post-game press conference. Angry, deflated. I don't think he's angry at his team. Angry at himself. There's this conundrum of he just can't get past Jim Schwartz. In the annals of time, when you talk about, Belichick versus Dungy, or you talk about the great rivalries of all time, it's Ditka versus Parcells, whatever it is, I don't think you put up Kyle Shanahan and Jim Schwartz, and yet for whatever reason, the one guy that has the code on how to beat and the key to get there, it is Jim Schwartz, and those Browns players played their butts off. Kudos to them.
You know what offensive play callers do when they have to face Jim Schwartz? Shoot. Every week they do, because what he does, you guys, is he changes the picture after the snap. Like he shows you one thing and then he shows you another thing.
And Scott, the one thing is the defense really responds to him, has responded much. I thought they would respond. It's been a lot quicker than even I thought it would be.
Yeah, that's fair. Now, how many times have we talked about in the offseason, he's going to have a big impact? And it's been bigger than even I fathomed that it could be. And it's not just schematically. It's an energy standpoint, a mindset standpoint. It's really permeated the whole team. It's not just the defense. And Stefanski talked about that yesterday, that at Wednesday's practice, he goes, just the sound of it was the best practice because there's so much energy. And it's all, not all, but it starts with the defense. It's predominantly the defense. So you have that aspect of it. And then you have a bunch of players that are really good. And you got the front, and you got JOK playing great at linebacker, and you got big-time corners, 3 of them that can cover. And when you have that, then it allows the defensive coordinator to do a lot of things, to attack, to be creative. And we've seen that out of Schwartz. What I thought was interesting, and I saw in the ESPN stat, that they played man on 71% of the snaps yesterday, which is a huge number, and it's a really big number against a team like the 49ers. Well, the 49ers do all that pre-snap movement, and they call it the eye candy, and there's all this motion. Well, the Browns, Juan Thornhill, the safety, said, all we did was kind of bump over. So, like, if a guy went from left to right, they would slide right, and they'd still stay in man, but it meant they trusted whoever was on that side of the ball to cover the same as whoever was on the other side of the ball. Every once in a while, you'd see Greg Newsome going back and forth with a guy, but they would play man out of their normal defense, which I don't think a lot of teams can do because they don't trust all their corners and all their safeties to cover regardless of the matchup.
Yeah, think about it from a defensive player standpoint. Our defensive coordinator, who we think is one of the best, is saying, I think we can cover him man-to-man. So that instills some confidence.